I'm good. Few things in the pipeline at the moment in terms of projects got coming up and whatnot, but otherwise health is good. Mental state is good, which is the most important thing to me right now. How you doing? You alright?
I'm very good, man. I wish I had more to report, but this is my life.
Mate, it's all the same. It's all the exact same.
So these big projects you have coming up.
Yes.
Can you talk about any of them? Because I saw one of your snaps and you said you couldn't talk about certain things. So I'm guessing something to do with videos, competition, something like that?
Yes, yeah. So I have got a show coming up in 10 days, I believe, which should be my 8th show, hoping to qualify for this one. And, you know, you've known me for years, so you know the struggle I've been through to try and get my pro card. So that's another chapter in that journey, in that sense. But in terms of content, for me, the most important thing is trying to nail the Instagram, nail the Snapchat as I have been fitness-wise. But I wanted to chase a different avenue down YouTube, which is cars. You know, that's my big passion. Alongside bodybuilding is cars. So I wanted to dedicate something to that because I don't do anything towards that passion. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a car channel, trying to find rare cars in London and kind of show you the progression of me tuning my car and taking it to shows and going to car shows, etc. and stuff like that. So
nice, man. What car are you driving at the moment?
So at the moment I've got a VW Scirocco GT DSG, which is one down from the R line. I've had it mapped to about...
These are all just numbers.
I know, yeah. I've had it mapped to 275, so it's nippy, but it's stock everywhere else. There's nothing different on it. So I'm going to start kind of turning it into a project and seeing how far I can take the car itself. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so here's the question, though. And be honest.
Yeah.
What's the fastest you've driven in your car?
145, I believe.
Seriously?
Yeah, 145. I had a Polo, which I took to 130, a GTI Polo, and that was scary at that speed. So this car is a lot easier to take to higher speed. I think it will hit 160, but I'm not.
You think?
Yeah, I'm just not. Well, on paper it should,
yeah.
But it's not. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm brave enough for that just yet. So 145 is enough for me.
Oh, nice, man. So, all the car channel that you want to do, you've already made some videos, like when you flew to, was it Geneva?
Yes.
And you went to the car show there. The videos and the vlogs, like you shot those entirely on your phone, you edited them. I was there with you, I sort of helped you out with certain things.
Yeah.
The new channel that you want to make, is that going to be similar kind of content to that? Like, what kind of direction do you want to take this new channel in?
For me, it's more trying to deliver a very crisp, hence, you know, asking you for advice on the camera, a very crisp image, trying to bring out these cars in the best detail I can.
Yep.
Obviously, the daily stuff with my own particular personal vlog will be more raw and kind of personal. That's how you want it to be. But in terms of car shows and stuff like that, I really want to try and nail the cinematography of it all and try and get everything flowing nicely and everything looking really professional.
So you want to keep it as a vlog in a way, so you're documenting certain cars, certain experiences with cars. Yeah. But you want to add a more cinematic aspect to that. Yeah,
when it comes to, let's say, reviewing or admiring a car that I'll never own, you know, something like that, or going to a car show and looking at all these classic cars that you rarely ever see, that will be more of a cinematic approach. Yeah. Whereas my own personal everyday life and my old VW, you know, that's got to be a bit more raw, a bit more personal, and just show you the ins and outs of everything. So, yeah, it'll be quite nice. I'm really excited to get started on that, actually. Really excited.
So it's going to have a kind of Top Gear kind of vibe, do you think?
So here's the thing. I really did want to have the chance to drive these cars and review them and give my opinion.
Right.
Hopefully somewhere down the line that will happen. It's just establishing a contact to get me in these cars. And with things like insurance and finding the cars and whatnot, it's hard, but eventually that will be the goal, to give my verdict and to be able to take these cars out for a run and tell people what they're like. Yeah.
So what kind of cars have you already driven?
Oh, I've driven quite a few. I've done a lot of track days, so I've driven Lamborghinis, I've driven R8s, GTRs, I've driven a McLaren. Yeah, I've driven quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, I drove the Huracan like twice last year. Drove the R8 twice. The i8, drove that twice. One of my favourite cars. The BMW i8, yeah. Nice. Yeah, driven quite a few cars. Yeah.
Okay, I'm impressed, man. So favourite car? Like that you've driven?
That I've driven? Hands down the Huracan. Lamborghini Huracan. Hands down. Yeah, I was lucky enough to drive one for about an hour last year. when my friends rented one out and you let me just take it around for an hour.
Yeah.
And that was amazing. So I had to go and do it on a track because obviously there's no laws on a track. So I went and drove the Spider on a track, which was crazy. So I drove the hardtop in February and then the Spider in October, I want to say. So awesome.
Sweet. And off the books, when you drove your car to, what was it, 140, 145, something like that?
Yeah.
Was that on a track? Or was that
No. I've never taken my car on a track. I'm too scared to do any damage to it. This might sound stupid, but when I take a car out on the track on a track day, there's less fear of, if I break it, because you're insured, you sign a waiver and it's all good to go. But if you're taking your own car, that's your own flesh and blood. I don't know if I have enough in me to take it round as vigorously as I do these other cars, because if it breaks, I'm paying for it. So it's a different story.
But me personally, I'd rather pay for like a VW or a BMW, something like that, than a Lamborghini Huracan. Because that's going to be...
Yes.
You'll be paying that off for a very
long time. Yeah. No, I see your point. Yeah, you're right. It's just when you develop a certain attachment to a car. I mean, I might one day take it on a track. I'm not going to... That's a brilliant idea for some content. I'm definitely not going to write off. But for me, I'll have to devote myself to really pushing it because... I don't want to harm the car, so otherwise in a supercar I just rag it, no problem, because it's not mine, so it doesn't matter. So it's just, yeah.
Oh, that's good, man. So when you're driving at those kind of speeds and you're driving all the fancy cars and all that kind of stuff, you get scared?
No, not at all.
You don't have any fear?
No, none whatsoever. Honestly, none. I think I was born, like I used to sit in the passenger seat with my uncle, my dad, and just laugh when they drive recklessly. I've been a passenger with professional racing drivers in like Atoms, which are really ridiculously fast go-karts, supercars. I've been in a car while it's been on a wet lap doing power slides. I've done a fair... I just love it. I love the speed. I don't really... On public roads, it's different because there's interference, but on a track, there is no fear whatsoever for me. None. Whether it's go-karting, whether it's on the back of a bike, somebody's bike, or if it's driving my own car. It's an enjoyable feeling for me. I don't really see any fear in it too much. No. For me, it's the fear of not living up to my parents' expectations. That's the one thing. The path I've chosen to go down is a little bit unorthodox to what most parents would have their child go down.